On this video, I want to show you how you can invest in startup companies using WeFunder, and specifically some of the benefits of doing so, some of the pros and the cons, and also when it comes to the functionality of the site, how to know where to find the best startup companies. And I'll also provide a resource for you that I think will be very helpful when making your selection. That's what today's video is about. This is the Crowdfunding Demystified YouTube channel. On the channel, I talk all about crowdfunding, how to raise money, how to be successful, and also how to invest. And I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Okay, let's talk about WeFunder. So when it comes to WeFunder, you can basically invest in US companies under regulation crowdfunding, right? And there are also some Reg A Plus raises on different equity crowdfunding sites, but I'm mainly focusing on regulation crowdfunding in this video. When you come to the site, you can see some of the cool projects that are currently raising money. There's trending campaigns on the actual website, and you'd basically sign up and create your user account. Or if you're an entrepreneur in the audience, you could also raise money. And I have a great book out there on how to do that called Equity Crowdfunding Explained, which I will be sure to link up in the description. Once you log in, you'll be able to compare and see all the different companies that are raising money on the site. So you can search by trending, newest, closing soon, most funded, number of investors, etc. And some of these companies you might already have hit their limit when it comes to the amount of money that they can raise. Other ones, let's just open up here. The social marketplace, discover and shop extraordinary lifestyle products. You can come here and you can see, okay, these guys have a public launch scheduled for June 22nd at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is in 3 days at the time of doing this. So this will tell you like when the public launch is there. Also, when we come back here, let's go and check out this one, America's Small Payroll Business Service. And then I'll also highlight one that I'm going to invest in today and show you how to do that. Here's another public launch at June 22nd, right? And you can go through and you can look through some of the information there. Now, this is a really cool company that I recently had on my podcast, the Crowdfunding Demystified podcast. And I kind of wanted to, help them out and give a little bit of money to their campaign. So they have this campaign to invest in cornbread hemp. This story is really all the way back when it comes to like the culture of Kentucky, and you can hear about that on the podcast episode. But you can also see a little bit of information here, so you can look into like the traction. You can go on their website, you can discover all this. I'm not going to try and cover all of these different things, so you really have to go on the website to see that. But basically went through this and I'm like, this is kind of interesting. I want to help these guys out. I'm looking at this kind of more as just an investment to help them out more so than, something that I think is going to give me a massive return in the next coming years. I'm only going to invest $100, which is the minimum. But when you invest, it's going to be via a convertible note, which I can make another video on how to do that. When you're also looking at an investment on WeFunder, you can look at and some of the updates here that are being posted. So new press that is coming about, the amount of money that, they hit the $107,000 in 17 days from 177 investors. You can go and check out their YouTube channel and these different things. There's a lot of really cool updates. You also have reviews here. So these are what some of the other investors say about this actual company. So they're saying like, been using CBD for a month and it's a great product. Love your concept and will help promote. The USDA organic seal is a big deal. I like the business plan. So you can see what other people basically like about the company. And if you want to, you could also click here and you could say, discover a little bit more information there about that person, I believe. So you come here, for example, this comes up and you'll see this person. You can see some of the other stuff that they're good at, some of the shout outs they made, etc. You could also, if you want to, you could follow that person. So you can actually follow up and look at all the different investors there on that platform. So I'm going to invest here for $100. For the first $60,000, we'll invest in a convertible note with a $3.5 million valuation cap and a 15% discount. Again, this is held in escrow and it's refundable, right? WeFunder Portal LLC can refund upon request when funds are still held in escrow, and you'll get a 5-day notice when the round closes. And this is assuming that they hit their goal, obviously, and the round's going to close at the date that they have. See here, we have the investment amount at a 3.5% transaction fee, which is paid to WeFunder. This transaction fee will be paid, so it's actually $108. And then when it comes here, you can see a little bit more of the information here in terms of the valuation cap. You can look at their Form C. You can look a little bit more into some of these different agreements, and you can also see the lead investor here. So for example, I've recently read the investor education section. I understand that startups are risky. I can afford to lose this. I understand these investments are not easily resold as they're not traded on the stock market, so they're illiquid. I understand WeFunder does not offer investment advice. I understand that the law limits my investment size. I'm complying with my annual investment limit across all platforms. And I agree to do contracts with my electronic signature and authorize WeFunder to debit $108 from my bank account. I understand that the limits on canceling and obtaining a refund, which are detailed when it comes to the actual raise. While we wait for my investment to process, I just want to quickly show you that if you want to, you can also cancel your investment or change your mind up to 48 hours before the closing period for the regulation crowdfunding campaign, and you'll receive a full refund, including any fees. So it can't be canceled, though, within the 48-hour window. There's this thing called a rolling close, and I really encourage you to read through these documents before you make an investment so you completely understand the implications. But a rolling close where basically priority investments are executed and funds are transferred, but the round is still open to receive new investments, so you'll receive a 5-day notice if this occurs. Once your funds are transferred to the company, you no longer can cancel your investment or obtain a refund. So you'll basically get a notification when a rolling close is happening, and also you can only get a refund up to 48 hours before a close. If the campaign fails or you just want a refund, then it'll be sent back to your bank, credit card, etc., and just kind of the way that it works. So I would say the most important thing is to be aware, check your email and make sure that if a company is doing a rolling close, that you will get a notification, and that way, if you are interested in canceling your investment, you then have the ability to do that. Okay, so coming back here, I just invested in Cornbread Hemp. You can let the founders know why you invested. This is similar to Republic. I have another great video doing a tutorial of Republic, which is another equity crowdfunding platform. And that company also will gather some of the reasons why you invested. And in that way, they can be more informed. They can help when it comes to selling more investors, getting more people on board. That's really going to help the founders do what they need to do basically in this period of fundraising. Biggest difference between WeFunder and Republic, which is the last tutorial I did, is that WeFunder charges investors. With Republic is free for investors at the time that I'm writing. So companies only pay if they reach their goal, 6% of total funds raised in cash and 2% as a crowd safe. With WeFunder, as you saw, we were assessed that micro fee when it came to our investments. So they actually will charge investors to be able to invest on the platform. Looking at my profile here on WeFunder, you can see this $100 investment that I made. From your profile, you can see the activity, so the different companies that are out there, which you can also see. You can see investor updates of the companies that you already invested in, some of the other ones that are happening now, popular updates, etc. So that's the way you keep up to date on some of your investments. You also have your investor profile. You could edit this. I kind of just got a snarky bio, Starship Captain there. You could edit your profile. You can get more nitty gritty if you want into like what your skills are, how you could add value as a investor of some kind. Why are you using this? What are your interests? And finally, if you're interested in helping other people, basically referring them to WeFunder, if you do that, you can also get a credit when people decide to do that. So I'll be sure to include a link to that in the description if you want to use WeFunder. This can be a great way because you will get a 10% discount and pay $0 upfront if you use my link in the description to start a WeFunder campaign of some sort. Now, we just recently did that review on Republic. Personally, I think that Republic has a little bit of a nicer dashboard when it comes to the overall like look and feel as an investor. I also like that they don't charge investors. As a WeFunder, that's definitely something that they're doing now that's a little bit different. So something to keep in mind, but stay up to date to this channel because I'm going to be putting out more tutorial style videos like this when it comes to reviewing platforms. So be sure to subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you liked it. And I'll put out some more videos as well to get started when it comes to investing. Like, I think you should really go and check out that link that I mentioned, Equity Crowdfunding Explained. I got that book out there on Audible, paperback, ebook, a lot of really good places to start. Specifically also, if you want to raise money, that can be very helpful for you. So I'll be sure to link that up in the description. But thank you so much for joining me on this video. My name is Salvador Brigman. This is just a very short, snappy tutorial that I wanted to go through, and we'll go more in depth with some of these other topics at a future date in time. Thank you for listening.